Sweet. Sweet. What is up, Gemini? How y'all doing? How you doing? It is time to go ahead and knock out your mid-month reading for February 2024. As you can see, I've changed things up just a little bit, but one of the biggest things that I'm doing differently, some of you who may notice, is I'm doing the signs out of order. Isn't that weird? Well, I decided to bring back my little sign selector here. Y'all see that thing? I haven't used this thing in years, but at the end of each video, I'm going to roll this and it's going to tell us which sign is coming next. So stick around to the end of the video. We'll see what sign's coming up next. All right, for those of you who would like to schedule a personal reading, all the information is down in the description box of this video. Also, all of the career and finance readings are available on my website now. And now there's even a bundle package where you can buy all of them if you want to. I know that may sound kind of weird, but like I was telling the signs yesterday, like one of the biggest comments that I get is that people tell me that they'll watch videos of mine that have nothing to do with them whatsoever just because they love the advice. And y'all know we about to be stepping into some crazy financial shit here over the next 2 years. 2024 and 2025 are going to make financial fucking history. So shit, man, we gonna need some advice, some energy advice, okay? I have to make that very clear. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm an energy mechanic. But money is an energy. So anyway, all that stuff that you need to know and anything that is relevant to do with anything is down in the description of this video. All right, let's jump on into this. I'm starting this off with the person from the past. What we're looking here is to see if timelines have changed. That's the purpose of the mid-month. To see if timelines have changed. Did timelines change between Gemini and the past person? If they changed, did they change for the better or for the worse? Once I get a deck that'll talk to me. There we go. Good old Smith-Waite Borderless, one of my favorites. Ooh, the Justice reversed. So some of y'all feel like this situation was very unfair. Maybe you feel like you were treated very unfairly. Some of you may be sitting around wondering, hoping, waiting, and wishing to see whenever this person finally gets what they deserve. Be careful with that energy. I don't know who needs to hear that. Be careful with that energy. You can easily turn yourself into a magnet that attracts nothing but what you're hoping will happen to somebody else. Be careful with that. I get it. I know, man. I'm not saying that you don't. I'm not saying you're not justified in the way that you feel. I'm just saying be very energetically aware and intelligent. Okay? Okay. Oh, boy. It almost kind of seems like the longer the two of you spend apart, the stronger this connection is getting. You would think, it sounds kind of counterintuitive, you would think that the more you spend time apart, the weaker the connection would get. And the more it would kind of, dwindle away and you kind of start thinking about them less and less and less. And then hopefully, ideally, one of these days you wake up and you've completely fucking forgotten about them. Not with this one. Not with this situation. Six of Swords right in the heart of the spread, which would indicate moving on. Five of Pentacles. And then the Lover's card. This is also the Gemini card. But the Lover's card also signifies the most intense connection that you can feel in human form. Which, right here with the Six of Swords, would kind of indicate to me that the more time passes, the stronger the connection gets. So it kind of feels like it's starting to drive you a little bit nuts, maybe. But to answer the question, though, I am kind of feeling like there will be a very brief reconnection between the two of you. Very brief. And I say very brief because the Five of Pentacles is the overall energy. And the Tower card. So it almost kind of feels like you might end up getting ghosted. This kind of feels to me like you all are reconnecting. And maybe you think that things are really going to start picking up between the two of you. You really start getting your hopes up. And, it seems like you and this person are about to get back together and this, that, and the third. And then next thing you know, poof, they ghost you again. Poof. Poof. And you're like, what the fuck, man? I thought we made shit right. I was really thinking that this was actually going to be different this time. Nope. Poof. Could be a fellow Gemini for some of you, but I think that's your energy. I also have Libra, and that's it. Okay. All right, let's see how this person's feeling about you at the deepest level. Let's see. How's this person currently feeling about Gemini at the deepest level? The deepest level. Let's see. How are they feeling about you at the deepest level? They do feel karmically tied to you. So they do feel unfinished business. Absolutely. But they are completely unwilling to take any kind of accountability whatsoever. Now, they are completely ignoring the truth about this situation. I honestly feel like this person's just playing mind games with you too. They don't feel like they've done anything wrong. Like, this person legitimately thinks that they are the victim. They legitimately think that. I don't think they see an issue with their actions at all. They don't see an issue with their actions. They don't see an issue with what they've done. They don't think they're in the wrong. They genuinely believe there's nothing wrong with what they've done. Okay. Feels a little bit narcissistic to me, but it's touching. It's flirting with that line. It's flirting with the narcissist line there. I don't throw that word around a lot, but it has been coming through a lot here lately, though. Okay. They know that you still love them, too. They know it. And I think they like to play with that, too. I think they know that and they like that. Well, I feel like we pretty much got the outcome in the first spread, so let's get the advice. Let's get the advice. What is the advice for this situation? What's the advice? Man, Nine of Swords. I mean, you know what? Sometimes, and was that you? I think we already talked about this. Was that you? I don't remember, but let's go ahead and say this again. Sometimes reconnecting with somebody like that can actually be a very good thing. I mean, let's face it, some people have to take a spin around the merry-go-round 100 times before they get the message, Hopefully it doesn't take that much for you to get the message. Hopefully, you get the idea here very, very soon. Hopefully. But I think some of you may need to reconnect with this person, because you need to see who this person really is. So, all I can say is keep a very open mind. Be open to the idea that this person may not be who you think they are. At least be open to that idea. Just say, what if? How about that? Can we meet in the middle? Can we just go into this with a what if attitude? What if this person turns out to be somebody who is not at all the person that I thought they were? What if? Huh? That work? Can we do that? All right. Let's take a look at the singles. Singles and the person that you're interested in. Let's see what's happening here. What's happening with the single Geminis and the person you're interested in? 3 of Wands reversed. And that tells me you're about tired of waiting on this situation. Not really wanting to sit around and wait to see if this is going anywhere, to see if the two of you are getting together. I mean, this is, you know what this is telling me? This is telling me that this situation has been filled with red flags. And just to let you know, in the 8 of Swords, the red flags are the swords. Matter of fact, I think it would be ideal. Anybody out there thinking about designing a tarot deck? Okay, I think it would be ideal to have the 8 of Swords being somebody surrounded by red flags with a blindfold on. It's pretty much the same thing. Okay, the red flags are the swords. And in this card here, the funny thing about this card is that she's not bound against her will. Nobody bound her. She bound herself because she doesn't want to see the swords. She doesn't want to see the red flags. Just saying. So if there hasn't been communication, I think there will be. I'm thinking a conversation is going to happen between you and this person. And I don't know what's happening in this conversation. Something clicks though. Something's clicking. And for some reason you're clicking into your logical mind. You're clicking into that logical mind and out of the emotional mind. And it almost kind of feels like you're looking at this person a little bit differently after a certain conversation with them. It just seems like this person's nothing but a game player who's not taking things seriously. Maybe this person's just very superficial. They ain't really trying to connect with anybody emotionally. Or maybe they don't know how. But with the King of Wands reversed, the King of Wands reversed is the game player. He likes to play all kind of goddamn games, man. So, okay. Yeah, you're clicking into your logical mind on this. It almost kind of feels like you're waking up one day and your other twin takes control, takes the wheel. And it's almost like you lose feelings for this person overnight. I think you're walking away from this. Feels to me like you're walking away from this. Okay. Well, let's tell you how they really feeling about you. How is this person really, truly feeling about Gemini, universe? How's this person really, truly feeling about Gemini? I got that 6 of Pentacles there. Death card. Knight of Swords. See, they got feelings for you, though. They got feelings for you, though. But they have feelings for you, but they don't really feel a strong connection with you, if that makes sense. I don't really know how to explain it. How am I going to explain this? How am I going to explain this? They like you. They're interested in you. They have feelings for you. but that real deep connection, they're not quite feeling. It almost kind of feels like they like you, but it's like a surface level type attraction. They don't feel that connection at that deep level like that. See what I'm saying? And also, before I even say it, I'm going to show you the cards because I know y'all get sick of hearing me say this shit. I get sick of hearing me say this shit, but it comes through every time, dude. They were burned very badly in the past. There it is. I think they were cheated on in the past. Okay. Yeah. I think they're still karmically tied to somebody from the past. So, while they're still hung up on this past karmic tie, I don't know. The part that I'm not getting is, I don't know if they're afraid to allow themselves to feel that connection with you, or if this past karmic tie is just getting in the way, and it's making it so they can't feel that connection with you. I don't know about that one, but okay. Well, let's get the advice on this. Is walking away from this the best choice? What's the advice? What is the best advice for Gemini? Best advice. I mean, I think you're kind of at a little bit of a crossroads here. You want to weigh out your pros and cons. Definitely want to weigh out the pros and cons with a situation like this. And I think what you really want to take into consideration is this situation worth possibly wasting time? Is it worth it? Now, by me saying that, I'm not alluding one way or the other. I'm just seriously throwing that out there for you to think about. I'm not here, I can't tell you, because I get that question a lot. People will ask me, will this be worth it? And you're giving me way too much power by asking me how you will feel about something. I mean, that's a very subjective, opinion-based way to look at something. You tell me if it's worth it. To some of you, maybe it is worth it. If you think this person is worth waiting on, I can't tell you that you shouldn't feel that way if that's the way you feel. I mean, just ask yourself that question. I'm not alluding one way or the other. I'm not judging you one way or the other. Do you feel like this situation is worth possibly wasting time? If you end up wasting a year out of your life waiting on this person, would giving up that year of your life be worth it to you? To some of you, maybe it is. To some of you, maybe it's not. Not judging you one way or the other. We all see things differently. We all feel differently. I'm just going to put that out there for you and take that information and do with it what you will. All right, let's look and see what's due to actually come in next. Let's see. What is actually due to come in next? Let's see. Uh-oh. I think you're going to be tested. Yeah, I think you're going to be tested. It's all good, though, because it does look like you'll probably pass this test. So when you're tested, that means that it's time for you to level up. And then when you're put through a test, that's basically what we're looking at. Is it time for you to evolve to the next level or repeat a past cycle? So you're going to be put in a situation that is a lot like a situation you've been in before. I mean, it could be identical circumstances. It could be the exact same type of person. I get people come to me for readings all the time and they'll say things like, my last 3 exes were Virgos. I always attract Virgos. And now there's this new guy that I'm talking to and he's a Virgo. And it's like, what's that tell you? What does that tell you? If it keeps happening over and over, and it'll even go deeper than that. Sometimes they'll say things like, and they're all mechanics or something like that, you know? My last 3 exes were all Virgos and they worked on cars for a living. And now I'm talking to this new guy and he's a Virgo and he's a mechanic. And I'm like, dude, it's a test. You're being tested. Are you going to do the same thing you did last time or the time before that or the time before that? That's what a test looks like. You'll be put in a very, very, very similar situation to something that you've been in before, a situation you've been in before. And let's see if you pay attention to the red flags. And if you pass the test, you'll level up to the next level. If not, you'll repeat a past cycle. And at the end of the day, don't kick yourself in the butt if you repeat a past cycle. I mean, sometimes repeating past cycles over and over and over again can be one of the greatest ways to obtain the most wisdom. You got any idea how many fucking toxic cycles I've repeated in my life? Oh my Jesus. That's why I have so much shit to say. Where do you think I come up with all the shit I teach people? You think I just woke up and shit that wisdom out of my ass? No. I did lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of stupid shit. So, again, shit, I ain't judging you one way or the other. But that's what's coming up next. That is what's coming up next. You'll be tested. Best case scenario. You smell the bullshit from a mile away. And you completely go around it. And completely avoid it altogether. You'll never even know you were tested. Worst case scenario, you get sucked right into it and you repeat a past cycle. Most people, of course, no, there's no one size fits all for this, but most of the time from what I see, most people kind of float in the middle there somewhere. Kind of in the middle. Where they see the red flags, they smell the bullshit, their spidey senses are tingling like hell, and they go ahead and acquiesce and tiptoe into the situation, and they just ain't feeling right. They're kind of squirmy on the inside. It feels off. They're not feeling right. They're losing sleep. It's just it just drives them nuts, and then they back up. They back out. Say, no, I can't do this. You still pass the test if you backed out. Just because you acquiesce to jumping into the situation doesn't intrinsically mean you failed the test. But if you jump into the situation, you latch onto this person, you fall in love with them, you try to make it work, and then that's when you end up just getting sucked back in and repeating the past cycle. That's kind of the way that works. Well, what's the best advice? Advice, advice, what is the best advice? Oh, there it is. Ooh, communication. Anybody you connect with, make sure you establish solid, very, very, very fluent communication. If I was you, anytime you connect with somebody new, see if you can set some boundaries and just keep it, go through a talking phase for the first couple of weeks to a month. Do not let it turn into a sex-based connection. Now, we all grown adults here. I can't say, don't sleep with nobody. You're an adult. You're going to do what you're going to do. I'm just saying, don't let it turn into a sex-based connection. Okay? Don't do that. Don't do that. Leave time to connect with somebody at a deep level. And I think I've told you all this before, but for the new faces, they have the tools and the technology to measure the human energy field. You know that, right? When we say things like energy, frequency, vibration, or, when we use those words, we're not just talking fluffy-duffy, magical stuff that doesn't really exist, that just sounds cute. No, you emit an electromagnetic field from your body, and they can measure it. Yes, they can. And do you know when your energy field is radiating the strongest as a human? When you are being authentic. When you are being authentic, your energy field is up to 4 times stronger than a person who's not being authentic. Now, this is the reason why whenever you end up with connecting with somebody and you know how you're confused about how they feel about you, you're confused about what their intentions are, you're confused about whether or not you can actually trust them. Why do you think that is? Because they're not being authentic. Their energy field is very weak. They're not radiating and vibrating a very strong energetic field because they got their walls up. They're not being their true self. They're not being truly authentic. They're not really radiating their true vibration. When somebody is being authentic and they are truly unapologetically being themselves, you can feel it. You can straight up feel it. You don't even really need a whole lot of validation. You don't even really need a whole lot of fucking reassurance. You don't need it. You can feel it. You can feel it. So be sure firm communication is established when you connect with anybody new. Okay? You pass the test, you'll level up here in the next couple of months. If you don't, well, then you won't. All right? I feel like those were the messages that my Gemini friends needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Now, we are going to roll the little sign selector. And we're going to see what sign is due to come up next. So what sign we got next? Who's next? Ooh, no, we already done that one. That's the Taurus. We already did Taurus. We got Libra. Got the Libra sign popped up there. So, all right. Libra is up next. So, if you're a Libra and you happen to be watching this video, or if you know any Libras that like to watch this channel, let them know they're up next, all right? Okie dokie. Don't forget to check down there in the description of this video if y'all would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. And like I said at the beginning of the video, all of the extended career and finance readings are now available on my website. And there is also a bundle for those of you who would like to watch them all. I know that may sound kind of weird, but trust me, people do that shit all the time. I was saying that at the beginning of the video. Matter of fact, somebody just wrote me today and said, I just want to let you know I love every video you put up. I watch everything that you put up, whether it has something to do with me or not, because I love the advice. So all the career and finance videos are on my website, and there's a bundle if you want to grab them all. So, all right, y'all, I'm out of here now. I wish you love, luck, light, and prosperity on your journey. Y'all stay blessed.